look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for the manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Hello, welcome to Connect with Simeon. My name remains Simeon Ononobi, CEO at Connected Analytics, which is also known as Thank You Cash. And I've been bringing this program for the past 4 weeks. And we've been doing great, bringing celebrities, bringing people together, bringing entrepreneurs, business owners, strategists to help grow the Nigerian economy and take it out to Africa as a whole. My belief is that we can do much more than just talk about it. We can do much more than just complain. We can actually go a step further and actually do things. And to meet with me today is some dude that I really like a lot. Grew up far back 2010 when I first got encountered with him. Saw him struggle through, and I'm really proud of him today. He's doing a lot, and we're going to be learning a lot from him today. A lot of things are going to be showcased, and you're going to be hearing a lot about what he's doing and how he's doing it, and what is making him survive in this harsh economy that we call Nigeria. Why has he stopped complaining, and why is he doing something about it? So without much ado, I am going to do a quick introduction and introduce the man himself, Bright. Hello, Bright. Welcome to Connect with Simeon.
Hello, sir. So good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great. So we would normally, what we do is we take about 5 to 8 minutes, wait for people to join, and it's an evening. Some people are still rushing to get home. Some people are in traffic, so we're trying to get people in to join us. Before then, I'll put some small videos while we wait for people to join, and just get them excited about the program.
Awesome.
So stay tuned.
We are here.
Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Hi, welcome back. So we would go ahead. We're broadcasting this on Facebook Live and on YouTube. There will be a afterplay after. You can get that on our YouTube page. We've seen a lot of people visit our YouTube page to actually get motivated and start doing something. So, Bright, let's start. Let's kick this show up.
Let's go.
So, we know each other. We've been friends for a while. I remember. Take us through this journey. How did this all start? Like, normally we take the program in 3 steps. You tell us about the past. We don't bullshit. We don't say things that are not real. We don't tell people how we go from zero to hero without actually telling them the steps we took. So how did it all start? Take us through the journey.
Okay, so I think I'll start from how we met. We met I think 2010 or 11, around that time. 2010, yeah, actually. And then I was still a dance choreographer. So basically, one of my passions back then, still is, but I can't do it. But yeah, one of my passions back then was dancing, and I had this dance crew where we just go around and perform. So I was part of this group called YWAP, and under YWAP there was SoulQuest, and SoulQuest was like the dance ministry. So we go to churches to perform, and we don't actually get paid. We just do it because we need that to pass a message, and it was actually exciting because I love dancing. So we try to see how we can make rehearsals at least 3 or 4 times a week. And, so I think the first time we met was at Summit Church. I think it was Summit Church, right? Yeah. I don't know if it was Summit, I remember the name of the church. But we performed there. I don't think I actually met you because I wasn't the leader of the group. I was more like the assistant leader of the group. And so after the performance, I think a week later, Ted, who was the leader of the group, who is my friend, called me and said, Mr. Simeon would like to meet us. He's looking at investing in starting up a dance studio, and I was like, okay, cool. So we went together to meet you. That was the first time I actually met you in person, and we had a conversation of setting up a dance studio. You showed us the space. I was like, oh, pretty cool. We can actually do that, and that was when that's how it all started. We started a dance studio. It was pretty difficult to get people to come and learn how to dance at that point in time. So we moved into aerobics and fitness, stuff like that, but still we're not making enough money. And at some point, young people, everybody wants to own something. My partner was like, I met Mr. Simeon first, and basically he gave us the place for free. We're not paying for the studio, so it was free. He was used to support us back then. So he's like, I met Mr. Simeon first. He gave me the space. He didn't give you the space. And, so we had, a little bit of back and forth, and then we had to go our separate ways. And at some point, so we came to your office. I think you heard about it. We came to your office and you were like, you guys have to find a way to have a balance. I didn't give anybody the space. I gave you guys the space. So you guys have to find a way to have a balance. So we decided to share our timing for rehearsals. Basically, we were separated, but we were working in the same space. And for me, I wasn't just feeling the idea of dance. I didn't see a future in that. Like, I didn't see my future in that. I'm not saying there's a future in dancing in Africa or in Nigeria, but for me, I didn't see the future that I wanted in that. So I was looking at something more than, I wanted to make impact. I don't see dance being the tool that I can use to make the level of impact I wanted to make. And so he went out doing dancing. I was thinking of something else. It was a really frustrating time for me, because that was the same period my dad disowned me and I was alone, and I had no money or anything. So this was me. I didn't have a house to stay. My partner just broke up with me and we were staying together, and the place we were staying together had to move out. And so the only place I had to sleep was at that studio. There was no bed, it was on the floor. So I had to move there while I was thinking of strategies on the next thing I was going to do. And I was there for about a year plus, and then I started a foundation called We Dance Africa. So what I did was I moved. It was still dance, but I moved from being in the studio and trying to get people into the studio to going to schools to teach people. So I signed up a couple of schools. The first school we signed up was Premier Academy. I had a friend there, spoke to the director. The director liked me and said, "Oh, you can start this up." And then we got about 50 students, which they were paying 20K, 25K. Some of them would not pay. But it was just fun to always go there and teach them. And before you know it, we said, okay, let's expand, let's add some other skill sets. So I started bringing some of my friends, like photographers and musicians and people that do taekwondo and all that stuff. And we had more activities, and it became something. So from there, we moved to another school, Capital Science. Then we moved to Fintal, so like expanding. But at some point, we were not making money, but we were spending a lot of money. And so I had to step back a little bit and look for a 9-to-5 job that I could do so I could sustain myself and also sustain the foundation. And so I decided to start up a media company. And, I got access to, during the period of, running my foundation, I did a lot of projects. One was the Power of Nigeria, which was a dance for peace flash mob. And we had about 6,000 people that came out to dance, 6,000 kids from about 50 schools. And that was during the time the Chibok girls were kidnapped. So we used that to raise awareness. So when we did that, we did a short documentary about it, and we put it on Twitter. And I think Michelle Obama saw it and retweeted it. Malala retweeted it. So we got a lot of, we literally made dance for peace trend across the world. And I think that kind of just made me a little bit more visible. And that's how I was able to get access to the presidency. I met with the president, and he said, "Oh, you."
Slow down. So people don't let me think in. Hold on.
Yeah.
So you just lost your partner.
Yeah.
You had no place to stay. You lost your house.
Yeah.
You're crashing from one couch to the other.
No couch. I was crashing on the floor the entire time. I literally won an award, Abuja Entrepreneurship Award, and I was still crashing on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that award. I remember that night. The event ended very late, so I got to the gate of the plaza. They closed the gate already. I had to jump the fence. I literally put my suit on the thing so it wouldn't hurt me, and then I jumped over the fence just to get in. After going on stage and winning a big award, I still didn't have a house to stay. But then actually, I've made a lot of money to get a house. But for me, using all my money to get a house didn't make any sense. I had to reinvest it. So I was willing to still stay in that space to, create a business that's more sustainable enough to pay my rent and still keep my business going. So I was willing to still stay there. So I stayed there for about another 6 months after I started actually even making money.
Wow. So let's put this in context. So yeah, in truth, I saw you guys dance in church, and I was like, wow, these guys are amazing. And I was just sitting in church that day, and I called you guys, and I'm like, why don't you guys make this a business? And, figure out how to make money off this. Just, don't just do, church to church and not make money out of it. And that's how I gave you the space. And you guys said you wanted us the space, and you wanted to be able to build stuff. And we knocked up together, and you started. Now, and even at that, even though you guys were Christians, and you still broke up. Literally you broke up because you guys had different visions, or you had different ways to go.
Yeah.
But fast forward till today, because I need people to understand this so that they understand where we're going with this. So today, I just saw you win a mighty award with Envy, with Sound City. I've seen you build something that is mega. Like, I'm going to put some videos to show, what you've done so far.
Yeah.
I mean, my belief has always been that people could, make it. You hustle till you make it. Nobody knows this today. I mean, they see you live in a beautiful apartment in Abuja. They see you live in, you travel around the world. They see you do certain stuff, and it's like,
how?
have like some father that is paying off all the bills, or must have some time somewhere. And I know it's not true. So I really want you to like deep dive into this. Like, you met the president. You trained the president's son in dancing. You went to Villa, like, just because you decided to post some video of you trying to get 5,000 kids to dance together, or 8,000 kids to dance together, and you just did that on social media, and that was the turning point. I'm guessing that was the turning point for you. So let's take it from there.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember. I brought the proposal of that dance for peace to you, and you gave me, I think, 150K. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because it was while I was there, I was doing that. I actually did that thing. So I wasn't expecting, that to happen. The goal for me was never to do something that would create attention. I've never cared about that, right? But the goal for me at that point in time, if you remember when I was pitching that idea to you, I was like, we needed to create awareness to change the minds of people, right? We needed to create awareness to make people understand the problems that we are going through. And we also needed to find a way to use kids as the message. That's the reason why I went down to schools. I didn't know it was going to be a big deal, right? So when I was done, I did a great documentary. I posted it out, and Ebony Life took it up. They came and did a whole documentary about me. And then, it was being retweeted all over and over. I think it was the first one that actually retweeted it was Okonjo Iweala. So once he retweeted it, it now got more attention of like the bigger people, and they started retweeting it, and it became a whole trend. And after that, I got invited, and the person was like, "What do you do?" I'm like, I know how to dance. That's what I knew how to do then. At the same time, I knew how to organize projects, because I literally did all that by myself with like 2 people, right? So I started teaching the president's kids how to dance, and then from there, I was given an opportunity to organize some of the Children's Day event, which was held by the First Lady, a couple of events like that. And then I think there was a time they were raising funds for the people that were affected by the crisis, by the
You didn't go there telling them, "Hey, I don't have a house. Hey, I don't have."
I was going through. I didn't tell anybody all that. Like, for me, I knew I had something inside of me, and that was the passion and the drive to succeed. There was no point in time I regretted staying in that studio, because I knew I was living in the studio, but the studio wasn't living inside of me. I knew what I was. I knew what I was made of, right? So for me, I think it was during the TEDx event. I think I said something to the TEDx event that every single time I stretch my hands out, I want to be giving out. I don't want to be begging. I don't want to be receiving. If I give my hands out,
you've spoken on TED. It's very, very few people that I know that have an opportunity to speak at TED. You have, and right, like you're blowing my mind. Like, seriously,
I've got a couple of dope shit though. I think I have.
Like, seriously, like
I have actually.
This is just building momentum, because I'm going to lay it on people that you built something that when you brought it to me, I'm like, what? Like, you actually did this? Like, because a lot of us feel that because we're here in Africa, we're in Nigeria, we're dealt the a wrong hand. We can't achieve anything. We can't do anything.
Yeah.
But I know the spirit we have. I know where we're going to. I know what we can do. So, and that's why I try to bring people like you, people that are doing things. If we start celebrating our own people, if we can start celebrating people that we will start building billion-dollar businesses. We can't build it if we don't show the little that we've done. So, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this. If you have any questions for Bright, please just post your questions, and I'm going to lay it on him. I want to dive into the present, like things that are happening. I'm going to play a quick short video of something I know you've done. You're talking about skills, like you're trying to build skills for creating 500,000 jobs. Like why this kind of dream? I mean, tell us about that after this video.
And on behalf of iCreate Africa, I welcome you to the very first TVET conference 2019 as part of the iCreate Skill Fest 2019. You're welcome, everyone.
That the skills industry, more than the English-speaking industry, is really what runs a country.
The organizers of iCreate Africa are truly the heroes that we should be looking up to.
Africans are going to be the one providing innovations that will solve world problems.
We have to deliberately, act towards fixing our technical system, empowering our young people with the skills that's in demand, and prepare them for the opportunity of the future.
Now, what else can I say? You're just joining us. I need to take you down this journey that I'm taking. I'm going with Bright. So Bright Jaja is the founder. He's the creator of iCreate Africa, which you just saw. He's not government. He's not the son of Dangote or Otedola. He's not one of those. He is just one boy that I knew like some few weeks back, months back, years back, was looking for where to stay, looking for things to do. I remember him coming to me asking for any kind of help. Just let me just push this thing out. And just a token of, he just told me what it was. I can't even remember even giving him a penny, but with just 150K, he could summon about 5,000 kids to dance together, pushed it on social media, dancing for peace and teaching, choreographing students. And that is how he became, the Bright Jaja of today. The Bright Jaja, the global award-winning, multiple award-winning Bright Jaja. I call him my son. I don't know if he's my son anymore because he's older than I am right now. But amazing work. Governments know him. Ministers know him. Like past administrators know him. While he was doing this, he wasn't begging anybody for anything. He just had a dream. He had a vision. And this is not, I stumbled upon something or I did something. No, he's literally telling us what he did. He went while sleeping, on the floor in the studio where I had helped him get. He got a video together, pushed it online, showing for peace, and it coincided with the same time that we had issues with the Chibok girls, and that was out. Even Michelle Obama retweeted that post, and it got worldwide acclaim, where the president of the country even invited him, and he got access to to that. He's spoken at TEDx. He's won multiple awards. I'm going to be showing some of the awards. There's one shiny one I can see at the background. He's going to be telling us more about it.
Oh, that's my Sound City. That's my MVP.
But Bright, you are I mean, your story actually brings tears to my eyes, because it is what I've always talked about. It's like, let's stop complaining. Let's start doing something about ourselves. It's not about, and that's what this program is all about. It's about helping Africa grow. It's about stop complaining. Government is not going to help us all the time. We can help ourselves. And this is just one of those stories. So tell us about iCreate. I mean, just dig into iCreate. Tell us more about iCreate.
So I'm just going to ask you a quick question, right? Like, you've been out there for like the longest time. Like, I used to look up to you and be like, oh my God, one day I'm going to get to this point, and just looking at your journey, right? Especially when you're outside Nigeria and you're probably, talking about, maybe you're on a stage, talking to a bunch of people about stuff, what you're doing, or, discussing with top investors and all that. Do you ever feel that sense of power that you're, I don't want to say you're better, but you get what I'm trying to say? Like, that Africans are just built in a different way. Like, we're powerful. Do you feel that?
100%. I feel it all the time. Like, when I'm talking to people here, I feel like when I'm in America and I'm talking to people, I'm like, you guys don't even know this. You don't even know the half of it. Like somebody said, oh, write this exam, write that exam. I'm like, why? Why can't I just create my own exam? So I've always felt that, believe that we're built differently, we're just stronger. And I think the problems we've gone through gives us just, a better step to be able to be better at what we do, or even to be the best. So we struggle more, but yes, we come out. It's like diamond for me. Like, the more you hit gold, the better it becomes. So for me, I mean, I feel that 100%.
Okay, so now that is the background. That is the background in which I started iCreate Africa. Now, my entire journey was not something that I had. I had a goal. Like, I had a goal, but I didn't know what it was going to turn into. Like, I didn't. There was no assurance. Now, first of all, you guys need to understand something. I'm not a graduate. I literally dropped out of school after level 100, right? So, and that's one reason my dad actually disowned me and said that I should go back to school.
Don't make you worse.
Chill. I gotta say this. Because I think I'm alive today, and everything that I've achieved is not the achievement, but it's me achieving it that should be the story to tell. I can come out here and tell you guys that I schooled in Harvard. You believe it because my success story and my reality shows that I have that ability. But how does that help a guy who doesn't have any of that to believe that he can make it? I always come back. I always tell my story, no matter how you think it is, no matter how you perceive me after it, that's your business. But the truth is, I'm only going to tell my story the way it is. And this is it. I literally I was in school, but I never actually entered class once. The entire 1 year I was there. I never entered. I entered class probably 2 or 3 times. I think it was about 2 or 3 times. And then I think the second time I asked the question, and then the guy was like, "You're distracting my class." And basically what I told him was, how do we apply what you're teaching me right now to like life, like real life? Because I've seen real life, and what you're saying right now doesn't really help me. And the guy's like, leave my class. So that was the last time I entered class. Like, that was the last time I attended any class. So I left and I went back to the hostel, moved my things, moved to a hotel, and I told my dad I'm coming back home. And he said, don't do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I can't deal with this. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I came back home, and then my dad traveled to Port Harcourt, and he told me that before he got back, I should leave his house. I'm not going back to school. I took my stuff and I left his house, and that was it. And that's how I met you, right? But let's fast forward. Now, why I decided, I was doing a lot of things before I started to go into iCreate, but my journey, there was no assurance. I was afraid. I was scared sometimes when things were not going well. I felt I was going to fail because my dad said I was going to come back and beg him when I see what life is like, not being educated, according to him, educated. So, and for me, one of the greatest strength I had, and one of the drive, one thing that drove me was proving him wrong, let him understand that it's not that way. But I didn't have an assurance, but I kept on going. And going through that process and coming out on top, I remember my dad sending me a text message with all caps and saying, go and check this newspaper. I think it was This Day, page 25 or something. I have disowned you, like literally publicized it that he has disowned me, right? Wow. And I did not respond. I just woke up and I just cried. I just literally cried that morning, but I cleaned my tears and I took off and I went to work. And then about a year later, that was when I won the Aye Award. And guess what? The Aye Award was we now did the photo shoot, and they posted my picture on the same page on This Day. On the same page on This Day newspaper. And I was like, go check it out. I just decided to be pretty, so I was like, go check this page and see that I actually made it. Now, past that, I could have just continued my life and just kept on going because I was achieving success and everything was fine. But then I realized something, that every single thing that the society has pictured and has projected to us as what success is, or what you have to go through to attain success, is a lie.
Yeah.
And it was a lie. And I'm not saying it's a lie that's not possible. I'm saying that's not the only way. I became a reality of that. And for me, I wanted to make every single young person understand that, especially the ones who are not even able or their parents can afford to even take them through school, or they don't have what it takes, or they don't have probably the mental capacity. They would literally just feel like a failure. And that's what happens in our community. Once you can't go to school, you just end up with that mentality that I'm a failure, I can't go forward. And that's a lie, right? I didn't go through that process. 5 months ago was the most valid day in my life. I think it was October, I can't remember the month in October, the day in October. But I was on stage in Berlin, in Germany, with 6 ministers of education. I was the only young person that was not a minister that was invited to that conference in Germany. It was a TVET conference. I was the only, they paid my flight, my accommodation, everything. I was on stage with 6 ministers of education. I was the only person that was the youngest and was not a minister. And our Minister of Education was there. I was on stage with him. I was on stage with him talking about education, talking about skills development.
And it's a guy that,
for me, it was like
the guy that did not finish school.
You don't understand what I'm saying? Like,
PhD somewhere.
I don't have anything, right? But I was on stage talking about education with ministers of education. I was the only person that was invited that was a young person and that was not a minister of anything, right? So for me, I was like, you cannot define life by what people say. Beautiful. People don't know everything about life.
I mean, let's take it back. So like, your journey is just an amazing one. It's an amazing one. I'm gonna play some videos that you have about you picking up that award. I heard only 3 of you picked up the last award, the one on Sound City. It was you. It
was me and Anthony Joshua.
And you picked up, so you picked up an award alongside Anthony Joshua. Like, dude, if I knew this, I probably would have invested in you, man. And I put more money on you. Like, nobody knows these things. Like, seriously, I mean, we're taught that if you're not through school, you can't do this, or if you not do that, you can't do this, or you can't even achieve anything in life in Nigeria. Whether you went through school, like, it's already a big stress being a PhD holder or a master's degree holder or even a bachelor's degree holder in Nigeria trying to run a business, because life is just different. And the reason why my program is majorly built for Africans and Nigerians is because I'm tired of people telling me, I want to be like Zuckerberg. Oh, I want to be like this. No, like, guy, we can't even cross over that. That's not success. Success is not being a billionaire, because I see people publish all these things every time. success is not just in music or in comedy like we see today. There are a lot of people like you doing some amazing stuff out there, and you just need to showcase you guys. So talk about iCreate. I know that you have. I'll quickly play like a 1-minute video about iCreate. I think I have a video here. Yeah. So just like hold that thought. Let me just show you this video, guys.
This is a home for creative people. So if you are a tailor, you are a plumber, you're a carpenter, come through. This is your home.
We found a place safe. All on our own, we've come so far, but you've always been my home. I know it's dark, 'cause one of us just let it go. You let it go.
Training young people on skills that are going to be valuable in the future. So I'm talking about the future. I'm not talking about in the next 20, 40 years. I'm talking about like tomorrow, next tomorrow. We're talking about skills like artificial intelligence. We're talking about skills like blockchain technology. But being part of this skill community, it doesn't just empower you, but it connects you to our network. You can join us and we can work together to make Nigeria and Africa a better place.
Wow, like, I mean, I know you're trying to create a lot.
So that's that.
So just take us deep. What I mean, I know you're building skills acquisition. You're helping people with a lot of things, and you're actually distributing them. I know there's skillers.ng. You can go. You can like write it down if you're watching this, or if you're going to play this back, write that down. Skiller.ng. I'm going to put it on the YouTube channel so that you can see it down there, and figure out what Bright is doing with this. He's doing an amazing job. He's trying to get 50, 500 milestones, 500,000 people to get skilled, to get that.
5 million people.
Oh, he's even taking it up to 5 million people. So I mean, if a boy that I know just hit 30, yes, he's just hitting 30 years old. If a boy that I know was sleeping like in a room just down the road on the floor and had nothing, had his father disown him on the dailies. I mean, I know I've heard about disowning, but I never knew it was that far or that deep. And he's been able to do what he's done. He's been on TEDx, like I said, and he's done a lot of other things. I'm still going to play you about his award. He won an award alongside Anthony Joshua, and I think about only 3 Nigerians that did that, and he is amazing. So tell us about Skillers. What are you doing there?
Okay, so the video you just played now is one of our products. So iCreate Africa basically is an organization that is focused on empowering and positioning African youth for global opportunity. Like I said, I felt it. I've gone through that journey, and I know that Africans are extraordinary people, and Africans should be the leaders of the world. And it's coming to us. Well, are we ready for that? Are we ready when it comes? By 2050, we're going to be almost a billion people, and we have a young population. So the world is going to be looking up to us for food, for skilled workforce, for almost everything. But when that opportunity comes our way, are we prepared for that? Because our educational system is not helping us prepare for that. The government policy is not helping us prepare for that. And for me, I can't wait. I can't be waiting for the government to do what they're supposed to do. Probably they don't know what to do. It's possible because this time is different. And this time requires some kind of critical thinking and technologically advanced people to be able to think solutions. But when you live in a country where youth are not involved in decision making, they're not involved in conversations, just the elderly and the old people decide what would work. That's what happens. You can never think futuristic, and you can never achieve anything futuristic. So for me, I wanted to be an example that probably the government would look at and be like, oh, this guy is doing something different and it's working. Can we adapt it? And that's why I decided not to just complain and point fingers, but decide to do something. So the goal for us was to create 5 million jobs in the space of 5 years, which is crazy. But looking at the situation, we discovered that it's not that difficult, because there are over 30 million jobs available. Why we have 60 million young people unemployed? There are 30 million jobs available in technical and vocational skill trades. There are over 60 million cars in Nigeria, but we don't have up to 20,000 mechanics that can fix those cars. People need mechanics. There are 200 million people in Nigeria. Everybody wears clothes. We don't have up to 5,000 tailors across the country, right? So there's a lot of opportunities in technical and vocational skill trades, but society has made it look like society is one of our biggest problems. They've made a lot of things look so bad and so disgusting that a lot of people are now going towards a path that is not even enough. Everybody wants to be a lawyer, everybody wants to be a doctor, everybody wants to be a banker, an accountant. There are no jobs in those spaces, especially the fact that in the nearest future, technology and robots are going to take some of these jobs. We need to focus on things that we can actually do with our hands, right? So for me, it's like, if I'm able to change the societal perception, if I'm able to change the way society views skills by creating a different image. So when you think of a plumber, you see dirty. When you think of a mechanic, you see somebody under the car that's rolling on the floor. When you think of a bricklayer, you see somebody carrying sand on his head. I don't want you to see that anymore. I want to create a new image. So if you saw the previous video that he played, you see how we're able to rebrand these technical vocational skilled workers that you would want to wear their kind of uniform. You want to be presented the way they are presented. That was for us to change the societal perception. And once we're able to do that, we want to start creating. So when we're able to get all these graduates, the university graduates about 500,000 people every year. But technical vocational skills or technical vocational schools, including the polytechnics, have graduated, I think, 250,000 people for the past 10 years. So imagine that. So a lot of people are going out of university looking for a white-collar job, and where the actual work is, just 200,000 people have graduated for the past 10 years. So for us, we were looking now on how we can get this number of high number of graduated young people, get them to see how they can acquire skills, get skilled, use their knowledge to rebrand and position themselves in the market. And that's what we've been doing. So the skill competition was to change that narrative. Then we have the skills hub where they can also come and, it's a co-working space, it's a training center and all that. And then we just created the Skillers platform. So because, since we have a target audience, which are mostly educated people who feel like skill is not good enough for them, we now also created a digital platform where, as a plumber, you can just have your skills profile, have your pictures and your videos represented, and sit in your house. Somebody needs your service, just like Uber. You click on your page and hire you, and then you go to their house or wherever it is, the site, get the job done nicely. You have your kits and everything looking really clean and nice. And then when you're done, you go back home. Just like, a lot of young people started doing Uber when Uber started, but nobody wanted to be a taxi driver. So we decided to not just make skills look cool, we also now created a platform to make it look cooler. And then we're working with companies like Bosch, that has new technology, so you don't have to even use hammers anymore. There are drills, there are measuring tape that you don't have to draw. It's a laser light. There are different cool things now that people that are into the skill trade can use to get their job done faster and without so much headache, without you sweating. So we are introducing all of this, and the Skillers platform also now help that. And especially in this time, I think one of the reasons why we actually had to fast forward the Skillers platform was because most of our skill artisans are now complaining that they can't have access to their clients, especially during this COVID time. So we're like, let's fast forward the process, because with this Skillers platform right now, once you have a skill and you're able to create a skill profile, you can reach out to the market, to the labor market globally. So somebody wants, if you're in America right now, you want a graphic designer, you can just go to the platform and post what you want in the marketplace, and the graphic designer will be connected to you, and he can do the job. Everything is there. You can have a video call, you can have audio call, there's a payment gateway, everything is done on the platform. So this platform is for skilled professionals. It's for freelancers. It's for SMEs and small businesses. And basically the market, the target market, the market that these guys are projecting their product to it's a global audience. We have partners in Russia, we have partners in China, and we have partners in America, we have partners in Germany. And the goal is to get them to start posting jobs. And so these our guys can actually be paid in hard currency.
Cool. I mean, you've wowed me that, like, I feel like just listening to you continuously talk. I mean, Bright, you're doing a great job. If you just tuning in, I'm talking to Bright Jaja, the creator of iCreate, the founder of skillers.ng, and I always like to put this: a young boy that was sleeping on the floor.
That's facts.
Yeah,
facts.
So
you got to know that.
I mean, the reality is, I've seen you with a lot of people. I've seen you with past presidents. I've seen you with a lot of people. And I mean, this episode for me was just to make sure I let people know that it's still possible. I mean, no matter where you're coming from, no matter where you find yourself, it was like life threw everything at you. Your dad disowned you.
Yeah.
You didn't have a penny in your pocket. You didn't have a place to sleep, but you just had a brain. You didn't go to school. You dropped out of school. I mean, a lot of things were just against you. Like, if you put it on a normal scale, you shouldn't even succeed. Like, if it's a normal thing that Nigerians talk about, we shouldn't succeed. But you're succeeding today. I mean, tell us about the award. You just want to show it to us. Let's see that award. It looks very, very beautiful.
Oh, it sounds silly. Oh, yeah, this one.
Wow.
And then there's this one. There's this one over there.
Yeah, that's true. You're on Forbes. Oh boy, Simeon. See someone, and I'm not going to Forbes. My boy has gone to Forbes.
Oh my god! yeah. All this for me, like, you say, the crazy thing about it, I'd never really this things never actually gets to me, right? But for me, it's like the reason why I put it out there is because I want people to understand that it's possible. Like, it's in our DNA. The reason why I asked you that question, whenever I go outside, anywhere I go in the world, even when I was in Russia, where they couldn't speak, they couldn't understand what I was saying, I never felt like, I felt more powerful. Like, I felt like I was, I don't want to say better, but that's the best way to describe it. I felt better. Like, I'm actually better than what, because the perception of Africans is Westernization is modernization. Mm-hmm. If it's not coming from there, then it's nothing. Like, we have to follow them. I'm like, what? The reason why the world is even slow is because we're following the wrong people. And the right people don't have what it takes to lead. We're supposed to be the one leading. We're supposed to be the one that has, like, Facebook and Amazon and Tesla. We have what it takes. But societal perception and the slavery mentality, or we used to be slaves, and man, that has put us in a box for too long. And for me, we need to break that mental chain and understand that we are the true leaders of the world. Mm-hmm. Check everything from back then, the Egypt pyramid, every single thing that was created, we were involved. We built America. Like, we built half of Europe. We built these things. We have what it takes.
And we're in chains when we're doing that.
Yeah, and we're in chains when we're doing that. And now that we're not, but right now we're still in chains, though, but we're in mental chains. We're still in, I think we're actually even the worst right now, because it's better for you to be in physical chain than to be chained mentally. Because you discover that social media has now even taken away value and time. A lot of people now will spend 6, 7, 8 productive time watching things that do not inspire them, that basically, at the end of the day, they're probably more depressed than they were before. Instead of using that time to create something that people can come and sit down and watch. Life is a time bank. Life is a time, people don't understand. Life is a time bank. Every single time, every single hour, second you spend is an exchange. If you're not getting something back, you're losing. And the next person is getting. So every time you go on social media, you're giving time. Mark Zuckerberg is making bread. He's cashing out of that time. He's exchanging and he's cashing out. Every single time you spend not getting something productive. If I'm going to go on social media, I want to be able to get content that I can exchange. I'm exchanging my time for another currency, which is content that can make me do something and create something. That's what people don't do. They just go there and they just, especially our young people.
I agree.
If you're not creating the content, I will understand you're making money. But you're not even the one creating the content. You're just there on TikTok. You're spending the whole of your day on TikTok, watching other people's content, and they're making money out of it. So, like, for me, it's like, how can I get Africans to understand that, young Africans, to understand that they are the true leaders? We are Wakanda forever. We own this. We own this. We're supposed to own this. So for me, that is true.
Yeah, a friend of mine just asked a question, and I guess you answered it, but I'm just going to throw it to you again. So, yeah, JC Ayoka just asked a question.
Okay.
It says, how can young Africans break free of this mind chain?
They have to.
What's your perception? How do you think we can break free from this? You did.
Life is full of challenges, right? And I think one thing that Africans know how to do best is to run away from it. But within each challenge comes, they say in every chaos there's an opportunity. Within each challenge comes an opportunity that can break every chain. What we do is we run away and we look for easy ways out. We are good at looking for easy way out. I used to tell somebody that was into something illegal, and I'm like, do you know that first of all, you have the same grace to do anything, that if you succeed here, what you use to succeed in this place, you can still use the same grace and the same energy to succeed anywhere else. So what you decide to do is up to you, but just know that you're already a success. So when you find yourself doing something that is wrong, you achieve success, but your success is limited by time, and then you probably get caught and you spend the rest of your life in jail. Why don't you just use the same energy, the same time, and the same grace to do something positive? It might take time. It might take time, a little bit of time. But that time that it's taken is to make you better and to make you stronger, to make you is to give you the strength to understand how to sustain whatever it is that you're building. I have gone through different challenges in my way.
Yeah, let's take a context into it. So let's drill down to your own. You could dance very well. I knew you guys could dance, and an opportunity came. God drops in my mind. Get these guys, give these guys this opportunity, but instead of it taking you forward, it took you backwards because you now had problems with your co-founder. You guys quarreled. You guys fought. You guys even split. Then you came up with another idea, which was, hey, can't we just dance for peace? There's a lot of problems going on in Nigeria. Can we dance for peace? Dance is what you knew. So you said you took about the opportunity which was happening then. People were getting kidnapped. It was bomb blast everywhere, but you just wanted kids to dance for peace. You get funds for it. I know the money I gave you wasn't enough, but you still came and you tried to use that money to do something with it. Now, question will now be, how do you change that? Why didn't you think about buying a mobile phone or buying the latest iPhone or using the money for some other things, which is most things most Nigerians would do, most youths would want to do? Why didn't you think about that? Why did you think about still sleeping on the same place? You didn't even take out of the money to say, you know what, let me get a better place to sleep, or let me get a better place to do. You still slept on the floor, even though you had some money to be able to do something with it. Now, how did you change your own mind? Because at that point, you should just have done what you were, what society and code would have made you do, which was change your level. Like, how will I put it? Why did you just decide to just keep pushing in that same direction?
Now, there's something that changed my entire life, and I think I would say my life transformed during that TED Talk, right? People don't understand how that really affected me. Now, that was the first time I was being invited for a TED Talk. I'd done a couple of things, but I didn't have the mental capacity to grow to what I am now. So Sophia called me, which she's one of the organizers, and she said, Bright, we saw you, we saw that you won the IE awards, and we want you to come and speak at the TED event. And I was like, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what TED was. And I was like, okay. That was my first time actually speaking, engaging in a public speaking event. And then she's like, I was like, okay. So she said, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, creating ideas and mindset. I just said that, like I was literally in a cab when I said that. And then, so I just forgot about it. I think it was a week later, she sent me a message. I was like, okay, so Bright, this is how it's going to work. Watch this video. This is the samples. These are your fellow speakers. And I clicked on it and I saw people that I was going to be sharing the stage with. I saw you, Aisha Babangida, Erufai, Lamido Sanusi. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, wait, are you guys joking? So I wasn't ready because I just said it. I didn't know it was such a big deal. So I went to watch 10 videos and I was like, yo, this is a big deal. So I tried to go and study on what I was going to be speaking about. And I started doing research on mindset and creating ideas, but I focused on mindset. So I started doing research, and during my process of researching, I started finding some really strong information about mental capacity, about changing your mindset, about the power of your mindset, the growth mentality. And I was like, wait, all this actually existed? So I stopped studying to speak and I started studying to understand. Because I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And I started starting to understand, and it took me like 4 days. I was just reading books, watching videos, watching documentaries, and I was so enlightened. My entire life changed. So when I went on stage that day, it was after Sanusi spoke, and I was like, what am I going to say? Because the guy was just speaking big grammar and just giving numbers, like, he's smart, So I was like, what am I going to say? And then I started talking about my journey, how I started as a dancer, how I ended up working for the president. And then also, and I started talking about mindset and, the different kind of mindset and all that. I think the video is still on YouTube, you can watch it. But that changed my life. That broke the chains. What can break the chains is information. It's information. There's some things, and now we have access to limited information, especially when we have internet and we have Google and we have all that stuff. It's information. Till date, every single day, if I don't watch if I don't watch videos, I watch videos up to, I think I watch about 3 hours of videos every day. Research, documentaries, interviews. There's no interview that Steve Jobs has done that I've not seen. I can give you word for word. I want to know how does Steve Jobs think? Why does he think that way? Every single billionaire that I've seen their videos. And that's because humans are data carriers. We're like hard drives that just get information. And with that information, the information becomes your reality because it becomes part of who you are. I consciously, from that time, started programming myself to get information. So sometimes I'll play a documentary and sleep while the documentary is still playing. I was programming my subconscious to a point that till date, I have never prepared. Till date, I can tell you, I've never prepared for any speech, ever. Even if I'm going to one of the biggest stage, I just walk on the stage and start talking. And the program that's in my head start coming out. I didn't prepare for this. I don't prepare for anything when it comes to talking. I just go and it comes out. But that is how we break the mental chain. We get information. Remember back in the days, one thing that they stopped Black people from doing was reading books because they didn't want them to know. And we are falling into the same trap. We don't want to open our minds to information. We just focused on, let's watch fun stuff. Let's watch fun videos. Let's watch dance videos. There are amazing documentaries and things that you can see that can open and break the chains in your mind and make you see that you are way more than they said you are. And for me, I'm just starting. I have a 10-year plan, and I know I've got it. I can't say it right now because if I probably say it, they'll probably start chasing me. But I know I know I'm going the next 10 years. I'm working towards that.
I mean, I love this, and I always say, I mean, the reason why I even started this program, like I always tell people, is I believe that we have so much in Nigeria. I believe that we have so much in Africa, and we're just keeping ourselves from not seeing what we should see. So we we limit ourselves to what we think is out there. And I want to bring a lot of people together. I want to bring staff. I want to bring business owners. I want to bring investors. I want to bring ideas owners. I want to bring people like you that have done stuff in spaces that you would never even imagine it was. Who would ever say a dancer could, get on the list of Forbes from Africa? And he's creating something amazing. I really, really love what you're doing. I've been trying to post the last video, but I'm going to do that now. And this is about your award. I was really, really excited when I saw this. I'm going to be sharing my screen to show this video. So that's the video, and it starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on the MVP stage, Aki Alabi.
Being able to create innovations and facilities that make social interaction simpler and adding value to life is an elevating balance of art and science. The award for excellence in social entrepreneurship and digital influence this year goes to a person of distinction who has affected their lives in delivering that art and science. This recipient is Bright Jaja. Founder and CEO iCreate Africa, Bright Jaja, is driven by his understanding of the value of vocational skills and the importance of placing the artisanal skills on the pedestal through proper training. The project presents a platform of empowerment for young Africans who cannot afford formal education. Mr. Jaja's outlook is inspired with prospects of a new classes of artisans emerging, proud of their vocations, attaining higher taste and culture, as well as overhauling their professional presentations. Congratulations to Mr. Bright Jaja, founder iCreate Africa. Give him a round of applause, please.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Sound City.
Bright, I'm going to stop that and just congrats, really, really congrats. I am really, really proud of you. I can't say enough. I'm proud of you. You can call me up at any time for anything. Guys, if you're listening to me, Bright is one of those boys that, you just look back and say, wow, this guy is doing a lot. He's doing some wonderful things out there. And I'm still shocked at, what he's doing, and just, we can do it together. We're all Africans. We can get these things done. Still connecting with Simeon, and we believe that together we can make something great. If you want to reach out to Bright, I'm happy to connect you guys. Send me an email, connectwithsimeon@gmail.com, and I'll make sure Bright gets to hear about it. Right now, he's a guy at the top. He's a big boy. You can see his office. He's actually in the office right now, and you can see I think his office is in Maitama, Asoko, right?
Yes, it's in Maitama.
It's in Maitama. So his office is in Maitama. See, when I was living in the Worcesters and the Garakis, but my boy is living in Maitama right now, and he's killing it. He's traveling around the world. He's living his dream. He started from nothing. He didn't go into 419 or anything. He didn't do any of that thing, all those things. He just believes that he could change something. And today, ministers of education, governments around the world talk to him, and it's something you should try. Stick in there. We can do it together. You don't have to be on the streets begging. The little you have, you can create something strong, something great. I gave him a token some years back, and I'm so angry at myself I didn't give him more, because if I did, maybe I'll be, somewhere right now. But I appreciate you, Bright. I know it was timing, because I wanted to get you to be able to come on the show and share your journey and your dreams and and what you have for Africa. And like you said, we can all do this together. We can do this. Like, this is someone is flagging me down, trying to get you to talk about something. Someone says I should ask this question, so I have to ask. It's from YouTube, and it says, Mr. Bright, I'm glad you spotted and talked about the social media addiction. Do you have a program that will target on African youths on social media to get using their skills?
Yeah. We have there's something that we're coming up with now, and it's I'm yet to get a name for it, but we're already putting a team together to use that to inspire young people, and that is to get them to a point where we can send them specific content that we believe can actually change their mindset. Because if you want to get people off something, you have to replace it with something else. So if you follow me on social media, because I'm using my personal account to do that, I think we have about 200 people that we have on a WhatsApp group now. And what I do is I've put them in different spaces, and I send content every day. Basically, I ask them to give me 2 hours of their time every day, no matter if it's in the morning, after, or evening. But these 2 hours that you're giving me, I'm sending you a video that is 2 hours long, but different videos, but 2 hours long in total, and you're going to watch these videos. So basically, I want to replace what they have with something else that will open their mind. So if you follow me on social media, we're doing that for our volunteers now. But if you follow me on social media, once we're able to get this 200 people in, we're going to create another group, and I'll get some guys from my social media who are interested to be part of the process, or be part of the mentorship process, to join the group. So basically, we have strategies in place to make sure that we replace, the negative images that people have with positive images that can open their minds.
Great. Chuka, you've heard that. He has a program. You could follow him on social media, on his social media handles. I know it's the official
Bright Jaja. Yes.
Official Bright Jaja across almost all social media platforms, and you can get Bright. Mostly on Instagram. Bright lives on Instagram most times, so mostly on Instagram. Yeah, so thanks. It's coming to a close. We have about 3 more minutes to get to the end. If I don't get any other questions, I'm going to be letting Bright off the hook, but I promise I'll be bringing Bright from time to time. I'm going to be starting a series that'll be talking about, renewing the minds of Nigerians, renewing the minds of Africans to be able to go to the top. So I'm going to bring successful people. Bright is one of them. I hope to get people like Aboyeji, who has done spectacularly well in the space. We have Shola from Paystack. We have a lot of people that have done some great things, but they're not celebrated. They're not spoken about, and that gives a wrong impression that Nigeria is really dying. We need to get a lot of you guys out there. I remain Simeon Onanobi. I'm a serial entrepreneur. A lot of people know me. I don't call myself a mentor, but I seem to help a lot of people. And I'll keep doing this. I wanted to make sure that Bright is one of my success stories, and I'm happy to showcase him. I'm happy to put him anywhere, anytime. So please learn from his story, become something great. Even if you don't have a very good college degree or a school degree or a university degree, you don't have a very good, you can speak good English, you can still be great. You can like a lot of things you can do, but you can still be great. Like, just focus, renew your mind, change your mentality from the slave mentality that we're gonna suffer. If the government doesn't do this, we're gonna die. You need to start changing. Government is listening to Bright today. Why is government listening to Bright? So you need to get to that level. So Bright, thank you for coming. I'm going to be kicking you out of my studio shortly, but thank you. I truly appreciate you for coming. The video is going to be live for the next 1 year. It's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be boosting it. I'm going to be pushing it out so that you can get an idea of this, what's happening, and reach me, contact me. I still work with Connected Analytics. I am co-founder at Connected Analytics, where Thank You Cash is. And we're promoting our solutions. We're helping businesses grow every single time. So Bright, this is your cue. Thank you very much. God bless you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, thanks for joining us for this program. It was lovely having you. Please do post your questions. Connect with Simeon at gmail.com. During the week, I'll review your questions. We still have another program on Friday, same time, 5 p.m., where we'll be bringing another guest. We'll be sharing a lot around their successes, their growth, their motivations, and we'll be able to grow together. We're Africans, we remain Africans, and I believe that we can change the world. So I'll leave you with this. God bless you for watching. Thank you. Till meet on Friday. God bless you.
Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.